Welcome to episode 344 of AI Brief. I'm your guide, and as always, I'm joined by our insightful expert.
It's good to be here. And what a week. It feels less like a competition and more like a high-stakes chess match where the entire board is on fire.
Absolutely. Today's deep dive is all about that intense competitive pressure. We're going to give you a shortcut to being fully informed on what might be the most volatile week in recent AI history.
Our mission today really centers on three huge movements. First, you have Mistral's new open source models, which are, designed to run literally everywhere.
Then we have the code red situation inside OpenAI, a genuine panic after some major advances by their rivals.
And third, Amazon's massive play at Re.Invent. They dropped everything at once. New agents, models, even ships. A full stack power move.
And after we break all that down, we'll wrap up with the other critical news items and, of course, a list of trending AI tools you can start using today.
It's a packed agenda.
It is. So let's jump right in, starting with Mistral.
Right. So Mistral is making a massive statement about ubiquity. They just launched the Mistral 3 family. We're talking 10 new open-weight models.
10. That's not a minor update.
No, it's a strategic play for market saturation at every level.
Okay, so let's talk about the flagship, Large 3. Where does that sit in the current landscape?
Large 3 is proof of how fast the open source world is moving. Mistral themselves confirm it's competitive with other big non-reasoning models like Qwen 3, Kimi 2, DeepSeek V3.1.
And it comes with all the standard features you'd expect.
Oh yeah, integrated multimodal and multilingual capabilities right out of the box. That's pretty much table stakes now, but they've nailed the execution.
But the real story here, the thing that should probably worry the big players, seems to be the smaller Mistral line.
I completely agree. The Mistral 3 lineup is where the strategy really shines. You've got models at 3 billion, 8 billion, and 14 billion parameters.
And they come in different flavors.
Exactly. Base, instruct, and reasoning variants for all those sizes. And they all have vision and, crucially, the very permissive Apache 2.0 license.
And for anyone tracking model efficiency, this is the key takeaway. The smallest Mistral models are so efficient they can run on your consumer hardware. A laptop, a smartphone.
And this is critical without needing an internet connection. That completely changes the game for decentralized apps. If you need real-time, high-privacy processing in, say, an industrial setting or a specialized mobile app, a cloud model is useless. Mistral is capturing that whole market.
Okay, but let's challenge that for a second. If Large 3 still trails the absolute top-tier models on intelligence, speed, and price, doesn't that risk making them, irrelevant in the high-stakes intelligence race?
It's a calculated risk. They aren't winning on cloud margins today, but they're building an entire ecosystem. They're setting the standard for on-device AI. That ubiquity creates long-term switching costs. They become the default choice for a huge number of specific applications, which gives them immense leverage later on.
So it's a trade-off, trading a raw intelligence lead for long-term ecosystem dominance. Now, let's pivot to a company fighting to keep that intelligence lead. OpenAI. You don't throw around the term code red lightly. That signals a real internal panic.
It's deeply ironic, isn't it? 3 years ago, Google was the one scrambling after ChatGPT. Now, after strong releases like Google's Gemini 3, OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman has triggered an internal code red.
And an internal memo apparently called this a critical time for ChatGPT, pushing for immediate improvements to things like personalization and image generation.
And that urgency has led to some incredibly fast-tracked model development. We're already hearing about a new reasoning model, codenamed Shallot-Pete.
Shallot-Pete, I love these names.
They're rushing it out for launch next week. And the key detail is that it reportedly already beats Gemini 3 on specific reasoning benchmarks. They're responding in real time.
So Shallot-Pete is the short-term answer. What about the long-term?
The next one is even better. It's codenamed Garlic, and it's a much larger upgrade plan for 2026. The information suggests this could be like a GPT 5.2 or 5.5, specifically designed to fix some core pre-training issues from earlier models.
This intense focus has to have consequences, though. They're putting other things on hold.
They are. The code red has triggered strategic delays. Advertising initiatives and some of their AI agent projects are reportedly on the back burner.
So they're sacrificing near-term revenue potential to protect the core product.
That's how threatened they feel. It shows the genuine pressure from Anthropic's Opus 4.5, Google Speed, and that Chinese open source push we just talked about. They are betting everything on maintaining that model lead.
So while OpenAI is defending its position, Amazon came in looking to own the entire field. Their AWS reInvent conference was a massive show of force.
Amazon is playing the long game of enterprise integration. They announced new foundation models, a model training service, development agents, platform upgrades.
And a new chip, the Trainium 3.
The whole stack. They're building a closed loop so you never have to leave the AWS ecosystem for any AI need.
Let's start with the models. The Nova 2 family.
Right, 4 new models there. Lite, Pro, Sonic for voice, and Omni for multimodal. And their main claim, of course, is industry-leading cost effectiveness.
Classic Amazon strategy. But for enterprise customers, the bigger deal is probably Nova Forge.
It has to be. Nova Forge is a service that lets companies combine their own private data with Amazon's training data. They use it to forge these custom models they're calling novella variants.
And why is that level of customization so important for a large business?
Because a generic model just isn't good enough for specialized internal work. An insurance company needs a model trained on its 20 years of internal policy documents, not the open web. Novella gives them that hyper-specialization, all within the secure AWS environment.
And then, moving up the stack, they made a huge push on agents.
A huge push. Beyond the management tools, they released 3 what they're calling frontier agents: the Kiro coding agent, a security agent, and a DevOps agent.
And these are truly autonomous.
They're designed to be capable of running for hours, maybe even days, without human intervention. The DevOps agent, for example, could diagnose a server issue at 3 a.m., roll back a bad configuration, test the fix, and document everything before a human engineer even wakes up.
So putting it all together, it's chips, models, customization tools, and autonomous agents.
It's the ultimate vertical integration play. They may have trailed a bit on in-house models early on, but this is their response. They are competing on seamless, secure, end-to-end integration for the enterprise.
An incredibly comprehensive strategy. Okay, let's transition now to everything else that happened in AI today. We're going to shift the pacing here just a little for a more measured summary of the other major moves.
Starting at Apple, we have a significant leadership transition on the horizon. AI chief John Giannandrea is planning to retire in early 2026. To manage that, Apple has hired Amar Subramanya, a former executive from both Microsoft and Google, to begin taking over those key responsibilities.
And in the startup space, a new company, OpenAGI, emerged from stealth with its model, Lux. Lux is focused solely on autonomously controlling computers, using the machine to perform actions for a human. Early reports suggest it's outperforming options from Google and OpenAI in that specific agentic domain.
And speaking of specialization, NVIDIA unveiled a model called Alpamayo R1 at the NeuraPS conference. This is an open model designed specifically for self-driving cars. Its core function is to use step-by-step reasoning to navigate complex scenarios, like a busy intersection filled with pedestrians.
Meanwhile, Anthropic continues its rapid growth. They acquired the open-source JavaScript toolkit bun, which signals a real focus on improving the developer experience in their ecosystem.
But the financial news from Anthropic is even more striking. Their tool, Claude Code, has reached $1 billion in annual run rate revenue. What's incredible is that it hit that milestone just 6 months after its public launch. That shows you the immense demand for enterprise coding tools.
And finally, a high-level comment from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. He noted that the AI industry needs to earn the social permission to operate, given the massive energy demands that are now straining electrical grids worldwide.
It's a critical point. The industry has to get serious about sustainability and efficiency to maintain that public trust as it scales.
A very important note to end that section on.
Yeah.
Now, let's wrap up today's dive with the trending AI tools that you can start using right now.
First up are the models we've already discussed. You can now access DeepSeek v3.2, which is their latest, very powerful open-source release.
And of course, the new Mistral 3 family is trending, largely because those smaller variants can be used locally on your own machine for tasks where you need speed or privacy.
Then there's the Amazon Nova models. Remember, these are best used within AWS, where you can access services like Novella to train custom versions on your own business data.
Also, don't forget Lux from OpenAGI. As we said, this is a model built for agentic tasks. Its real strength is in controlling your computer to perform actions for you.
Moving to applications, check out Motionic. If you ever create screen recordings for tutorials or product demos, Motionic helps you create really polished versions with very little effort.
And if you're looking to automate web tasks, there's Replica. You can teach it to automate almost any web application just by showing it a simple video of what you want it to do.
For anyone on the creative side, there's Hocha. It's a tool that generates 3D images and models using preset AI prompts, which is great for design mockups or game development.
And finally, there's Cody. This is a tool specifically for building real AI agents that perform work, setting it apart from platforms that just offer a simple chat interface.
It has been a profound week, from internal turmoil at the top to Amazon's massive investment in the full tech stack. Every major player is being forced to make these huge, immediate competitive decisions.
The pace of change is just unprecedented. Your ability to track these shifts and adopt the best new tools is really more important than ever.
We hope this deep dive has given you the advantage you need.
Thank you for joining us for this AI brief. If you found this useful, please follow and share the deep dive so you never miss a beat. See you in the next episode.